Alright, what's going on, guys? So we are going to continue with this little video series of looking at some Z-Man micro finesse soft plastics. This is the StingerZ, is that right? It is the StingerZ. It's kind of like a little swim bait without the paddle tail on the back, so it's not really a swim bait. Let's get this guy on a hook. I'll show it to you a little bit better, and then we'll throw it around this lake here, trying to get some bigger bluegills. That's always the goal. This is a pretty good bluegill lake, but we'll see if we can do that. If not, maybe some largemouth bass or Mayan cichlids or just something would be really nice. So let's take a better look at the Z-Man StingerZ. Alright, so here's a better look at the Z-Man StingerZ out of their micro finesse collection. This is a 1/32 ounce jig head. Not sure on the size hook. Check the link in the description for all the gear that I always use to get more information on that. I believe it might be a size 8 if I'm not mistaken. But the lure is actually very, very nice. It fits on this jig head really well. Obviously a nice little thick body here, very fish shaped. But then it tapers down to this really thin tail here very quickly, and it is made of their super stretchy, super durable material, but this is really, really thin. So we'll see how many fish it can last through before the tail gets ripped off. And then the end here, like I said, I mean, it's swim bait shaped, but this is not a little paddle tail. I don't even know how you would describe this. This kind of looks like a star fruit, if you know what I'm talking about. The shape, it's got these 4 little sides to it, I guess. Kind of hard to describe what kind of shape this is, but it's probably not going to swim like a swim bait, but if you kind of jig this extra weight here at the end should make the tail bounce nicely. But it's a very good looking lure. This is the bumblebee color, which I can't tell if this is supposed to be yellow or green. To me it looks more green, so I don't know why it's called bumblebee, but I guess maybe it is yellow and I just can't see it that well. But anyway, here's the lake we're going to be fishing. Very thick in weeds and algae here close to shore. But let's kind of swim it and twitch it fairly slowly. And let's see if we can get into some fish here on the StingerZ. There we go. First fish of the day, and that's a pretty good one. I think it's going to be a mine because it's pulling down. If it was a largemouth, it probably would have pulled up. Let's see if we can get him before he gets wrapped up in all this algae here. And I think it's too late for that because he is wrapped up in all this algae here. Can we still get him in? Look at all that algae moving through here. Oh man, this is why I don't like fishing this lake. Even though it is a pretty good, it has a pretty good population of all these fish, but it's just catching them, getting them through all this is very difficult. All right, let's see if I can work this guy on in here. All right, so luckily I was able to get this guy in. Really, these guys put up a great fight, but I don't like them. They're just really annoying to handle and whatnot. I think they're pretty ugly. Would much rather catch some native bluegill or native largemouths or just some other cooler fish than just these Mayan cichlids. But this is the one that bit. We got him. He's back, and let's keep fishing. Got him. That's going to be another Mayan. Thankfully, I was able to kind of get control of this one before he had a chance to get into all that algae. Alright, so this is our second Mayan of the day. A little bit smaller than the first, I believe. But once again, hit this little StingerZ, not swim bait. Not sure what you would call this lure. But we got 2 fish on the bank now. This guy's hooked well. Let's get the hook out of him. There we go. Throw him back on in there, and let's keep fishing. This lure is still in great shape after 2 Mayans. Just very, very durable material. So yeah, let's keep getting after these guys. Got him. What is this thing? Is that another Mayan? It is another Mayan. Little guy. Alright, so third fish of the day. Another little Mayan cichlid, probably the smallest of the day, I think. Again, not much of the fight. Again, he hit the StingerZ. But as I was kind of fighting this guy for a couple seconds, a larger fish kind of started chasing him. So I don't know if that was a largemouth or what. But so far the StingerZ is producing, at least when it comes to the Mayan cichlids. Yeah, it's another bite. That's another Mayan. I saw this guy come up and hit. And again, there's algae all over the place here. They just wrap themselves up in it. This one's not too bad. Let's get a better look at this one. All right, Mayan number 4 for the day. Bigger than the last one, I think, but definitely smaller than that first one we caught. Again, this guy just completely engulfed this little Z-Man StingerZ. Ow. That hurt. I'm sure I'm going to be bleeding here in a second. That guy spined me pretty well. All right, let's get the hook off camera and let's get him back. Got him. It's another one. Probably another Mayan. Let's get him in. He's wrapped up in all this algae. It is another Mayan. Alright, so very next cast we got ourselves yet another Mayan cichlid. So these guys are providing plenty of action. They seem to really love the StingerZ. I definitely was bleeding pretty heavily from that last one that spined me, so I got to be a little bit more careful. But still, no bluegills, no largemouths. I think just 5 of these guys now. That's another Mayan. All right, the Mayans certainly do love this lure. All right, is this Mayan number 6 with some sort of an injury here? I don't know if it got pecked by a bird or what happened, but the Mayans definitely love this lure. I have seen a couple bluegill, 1 red ear sunfish, a couple largemouths, and they just aren't really all that interested in this StingerZ, but the Mayans definitely do love this lure. Got him. What is this? Oh, yes, that's going to be a red ear. Let's go, let's go. This is an awesome catch. Let's take a look at this great looking fish. All right, look at this beauty of a red ear sunfish. These guys are pretty rare. I saw one earlier, and this is a different one because it's a different part of the lake, but I can't believe we actually got one. I've caught probably less than 10 of these, maybe less than 15 of these in my 6 years of fishing down here in South Florida. They are native, but they are just much, much rarer than the bluegills and all the other stuff. So this is such a great catch. Look at the colors on this one. I know it's a little dark here in the shade. There's not really too much sun where I could get some better light on this guy, but this is such a beautiful catch. And we got him on the StingerZ. He was kind of just hanging out close to shore. Let's get the hook out of this guy. Look at this beauty. This is a great catch. Best catch of the day. by far. No matter what we catch after this, I don't think we're going to be able to beat this. So let's toss this guy back. And I am so happy. Got him on the StingerZ. Oh, there we go. Fish on. I thought that was going to be a bluegill, but it's going to be another Mayan. Alright, is this Mayan cichlid number 7, I think? About the same size of most of the ones we caught today. Not big, but an average, okay little size. So we're getting toward the end of the kind of public fishable part of the lake. So I think we're going to get this guy back. I'll make a few more casts, but I think we are going to wrap it up here unless I catch something cool. But we had a pretty good day of action over here on the StingerZ from Z-Man. Alright guys, so that's going to do it, and from the start to right when I let that last Mayan go, it was 62 minutes, and that includes the intro that I recorded. So I fished for probably a minute or two less than an hour, and we got somewhere around half a dozen, maybe a little bit more Mayan cichlids, and one really nice red ear sunfish, which really made my day. So it was a very action-packed day, even though we didn't get any bluegills or largemouths. But yeah, everything came on the little StingerZ. The Mayans, they usually rip up soft plastics pretty easily, and this one's not perfect. It does have some abrasions here on the end of the tail, on the very thin section here, but it's still in very good shape, even though it's not perfect. It could probably last me at least another half a dozen or more Mayan cichlids, probably even more, because it is still in good shape, even though it's not perfect. So you could debate the effectiveness of these Z-Man lures, how good they are at catching fish and getting bites and whatnot, but you can't really debate how durable they are, because they're about twice the price of, I guess, other comparable soft plastics on the market, but you're going to catch way more than twice as many fish. Some of the other brands, like let's say Cream, which is a pretty good soft plastic brand, you can get a lot of Cream products at Walmart. Sometimes after one fish you've got to replace it just because the hook tears through the plastic, and sure, those are twice as cheap as these lures, but you're going to catch 6 times as many fish on these. So for the price, I think these are excellent lures. And even though this isn't my favorite lure for panfish, just because like all the other Z-Man lures, I think they're just slightly too big. 1.75 inches I think is just slightly too big for most panfish, unless they're bigger. I usually like to go with something 1.5 or 1.25. You're still going to catch a lot of fish on these. The Mayan cichlids here, I think they kind of provide a similar role to like crappie and a lot of the ecosystems up north, where they're not the apex predator, because we've still got largemouths down here in peacocks and bowfin and whatnot, but they're more aggressive and they're a little bit bigger than your kind of traditional panfish, like your bluegills, your red ears, all the other sunfish and whatnot. So I think this is a great lure for those bigger fish like crappie, or in this case Mayan cichlids, or if you're fishing somewhere where you know there's going to be some larger sunfish like 8, 9, 10 inch bluegills. They'll go after this, but your kind of smaller bluegills, your smaller other sunfish species, kind of when you're fishing from shore, from docks, just trying to have fun, I think this is slightly too big. But yeah, if you got those bigger fish around, this will be great. As you saw, that red ear, the only kind of like true sunfish, well, the only true kind of panfish we got, the only sunfish we got today, and it was a big one. It took a big sunfish to go after this. All the other smaller bluegill, even though I think I got some bites from them, they just couldn't get hooked. So yeah. That's the 4th Z-Man product I reviewed now, and I do like them all. I just think they're all just slightly too big for the type of fishing that I like to do, but I've really got no complaints about them at all. They're great little lures. So hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys next time.